So, a lot of people are saying, like, the FBI is involved in everything. Is that actually true?
So they're saying a lot. We'll talk about all that stuff, dude.
Right.
They're saying a lot of stuff that's really inaccurate.
Yeah.
And before we get started, we'll go over that stuff real quick. 4-9. I'm not used to looking at these new ones. Do you need that?
You're good.
Thank you. Yeah, dude, there's just a ton of like stuff that's inaccurate and everything.
Misinformation.
So, yeah, pretty much. And so, like, knowing that and having that, let's go. That's kind of my plan, right? So, have you been interviewed before on this case?
Yes, sir. Originally, I reached out to Zachary.
Okay.
I had to reach out to him. It was like, I'd probably say, took me like a week or so to finally get to meet up with him.
Yeah.
Because no one's reached out to me, and me and my family thought that was weird. So we had to reach out to him. We called the OSBI phone number or something like that, and set up a time to talk to him. And we talked at the Duncan Courthouse or the jail center.
Jefferson County.
Yeah. We went one of those rooms and talked for like an hour. But other than that, no one else has talked to me.
Was that the day you were there?
No, I think he did. So was he by himself?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you say Zach or Zachary, you're talking about Trooper Wright, Zachary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you've already that was, you said about a week or so, and that was after Noah's death.
No, this was like, it took me a week to finally get a hold of him. This was probably like a couple months after. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's why we thought it was weird no one reached out to us.
Okay.
So we ended up reaching out to him.
Okay. Gotcha.
So the day that, I think you probably know about it, but we kind of did like a roundup and we had everyone that was at the party and stuff at the police officer. You didn't come that day?
No, I was never informed on to come or anything like that.
Okay.
That makes sense. So before we were talking, you said something like, man, people are saying this, people are saying that. So my plan, right, like, I want to go over everything that happened, everything that you remember, and then, so, like, let's just talk about the facts, right?
All right.
And then at the end, we can address any, like, rumors, anything somebody said this,
Yeah.
or something that's maybe not true. That might implicate you or might implicate one of your friends, or that somebody's talking shit about your friends or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll clear all that up at the end because there's so much stuff that's online that's, pretty inaccurate.
Yeah, there's people from freaking Germany
All
on
over the
Facebook
world.
and stuff like that.
It's crazy. And so and that's kind of why we're having to do some of these again, right? Is to, like, hey, let's clear this up. And then, all of this other stuff that's, people are talking and saying all kinds of stuff, trying to, like, check those off the list. Like, no, that's impossible. No, that didn't happen. And we'll get to that. So let's go back. And how old are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20. Talk about, like, how you knew Noah. Like, what y'all's friendship was like, how you, like, when you got to know him, whether it was in school or outside school, whatever, just go back and talk about that.
All right. Well, all the kids used to hang out at the Walmart in Duncan. That's very nothing to do in this town. So we'd all hang out there every single night whenever school was going on.
You grew up here in Duncan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
And so I originally met Noah through Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Because me and Jack has been best friends until this incident happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the communication with all my other friends at that party just got cut off. No one wants to talk to me anymore. And but that's besides the point. I met Noah through Jack. And every time me and Jack would hang out, Noah was always there. Noah was like his best friend.
Sure.
And So me and Noah never really did hang out one-on-one. It was always with a group of guys. Me and Noah were never really that close either. Which I feel like now that this has happened, it's sad to say, but I've grown closer with Noah. Like, I realized how good of a person he was and after all this happened.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But, yeah, I was closer with Jack than I was with Noah.
And like, so you grew up in Duncan, and these guys were like around Comanche kind of area. Was this just through high school? Was it like, did you know them like younger age, like about?
I would say I met Jack and Noah around freshman to sophomore year.
Okay, so y'all were like a little bit older. People were driving. That's how you got to hang out at Walmart and stuff like that. That makes sense. And then, so that was, high school age, time frame. And then, did you graduate high school?
Yes, sir.
When did you graduate high school?
I graduated right when I turned 19.
So that was last year?
Last year or the year before. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, so people just graduated 2024, right?
Yeah, so it must have been last year.
So it was last year, yeah. So 2023, you graduated from Duncan?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay. So that was last May time frame.
Feels like forever ago.
Yeah. It'll go by fast, dude. I'm fixing to have my 20-year reunion at the end of the month, so it'll go by pretty fast. So like last summer, you guys, I imagine, probably just hung out, did your normal stuff with Jack and Noah and like this group of friends, and then it comes time to Labor Day weekend, and so we're moving forward to like September. This was like Labor Day 2023. There was a party that weekend. So talk about that. Did you go? I understand there was multiple nights, like maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or whatever. Like, when did you go and when did you show up there?
So all started out, I was bored one night, and Jack, we'd always drink or go shoot guns, like fun stuff, like ride dirt bikes or stuff like that. So I called him and I said, "Hey buddy, what are you doing?" And he said, "Oh, I'm having a party with my girlfriend." And he said, "Do you want to come?" And I said, "Well, I don't really have that much gas," because he told me that they were in Terrell. And I said, "I wish I could come in." He said, "All right, well, I'll give you some money and you come out here." Never did end up getting the gas money though. But so I went out there, and I would like to say it was because I know that they were throwing the party on Friday too. But I don't think I showed up there until Saturday night.
Okay.
And so I show up there Saturday night, start drinking, hanging out with all my buddies. Everything goes normal. Stay the night, sleep on the couch. And after that, I'm trying to think. They all go. Sunday morning, I was left alone at the house with Logan, Avery, Carter, and Jasmine. We were all there. And they, Jack, Brylan, Sweat, Isaac, Rojas, and I think, Noah, they all went back to Duncan to grab more beer and do some stuff. I don't know why they didn't take me with them. I got left at the house, but we ended up watching movies all day until they got back. And we went to, there's a Dollar General, a Dollar Tree. I don't know, they all have different names. But we went to one of those, and we returned a vacuum that they were renting, like a steam cleaner. And we got more beer. And we went back to the house. Party started up again. But that night, not that night, but before it turned nighttime, we went, me, Jack, Isaac, and Noah and Bradley Sweat went out on the side-by-side on the country road just shooting random shit. And after that, we went home right before it got too dark to see when we were driving. Mm-hmm. And before we got home, there was a culvert on the side. Mm-hmm. And we jumped it. No one got hurt. I know they were saying there was an ATV accident, but I don't remember that. I'm pretty sure I was asleep when that happened on Sunday night. But party goes on, and I'd say sometime around 12, Noah and Jack get into an argument, not like a fist fight, but like a vocal argument with each other. And I wasn't paying much attention to it because they're friends and they're drunk. They're going to be arguing about stupid crap.
Sure.
And so from what I do remember hearing of it is Noah was yelling at Jack about Jack always flirting with his girlfriends or the girls he liked. Mm-hmm. And Noah seemed pretty pissed about it. And Jack was saying some stuff back, saying like, "No, I don't. What the hell are you talking about?" And party goes on. They're fine again. That night, Colton Newton, when this was after everybody went to sleep, Colton Newton, Travis Munson, and some other tall, skinny kid, I didn't know his name, but they all came back to the house, and they took all the beer from the fridges and the coolers, because I remember waking up to them just grabbing it all. I was too drunk to do anything about it, so I was like, whatever, I'm going back to sleep. Mm-hmm. And day goes on, we wake up, clean up some crap, and this is Sunday. And no, this was Monday. Wait, Monday morning was the day he was found, correct? Mm-hmm. All right, so no, it was Sunday then.
Okay, so yeah, because I thought what you were talking about all like going to Dollar General and everything. I thought all that happened on Sunday.
Oh,
That was Saturday evening.
hold on, I may have got my days mixed up. That might have been. I might have been there Friday night. It might have been Saturday then.
Yeah. That would make sense. I mean, that would make sense if all that happened and then when you woke up and everything. Because I do believe that Colton and Travis and some other guy, I don't know his name, were there on Saturday night.
Yeah, no, they were there. And that
makes sense. So everything, you might have been there Friday night, the first night, right?
Well, yeah.
And then, so it was Friday night that Jack and Noah were arguing.
No, that would have been Saturday night.
Yeah. Saturday night. So Friday was like a normal night.
Yeah, Friday we just drank. Everybody.
Normal night.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, people go to the store. Mm-hmm. You guys go to Dollar General. People get more beer. You come back. You're driving. You drive the side by side up and down the road. Mm-hmm. Jump a culvert, messing around, shooting guns or whatever. Before it gets dark.
Yeah.
Right? And then so Saturday is when Jack and Noah kind of get in a little bit of argument. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Then party goes on. Everybody's good. After midnight, you said, or you woke up real early, and Colton and Travis were taking the beer out of the fridge.
Yeah.
And so then you woke up again, which is going to be Sunday.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Okay. Yeah.
And so Sunday goes on. Okay, so Sunday would have been the day that we went and returned the vacuum and bought the beer.
Okay.
And so we went and did that. They went back to Duncan and did all that crap. And so day goes on, come back home, clean up a little bit, and then start drinking. And then goes on. I never did see them get in a side-by-side crash. Because Stevie Howard said on a Facebook group, said that I was on video flipping it back over apparently. And
Who's Stevie Howard?
Stevie Howard is Avery Combs and Carter Combs' mother, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, owner of the home.
Yeah, I think Bubba owns that property.
Yeah, that's just their mom. She lives in Texas now, if I know.
Something like that.
Heard that right. Like maybe Bowie or somewhere. But yeah, no. Again, like we'll talk about that. You know, stuff that's not true. We'll talk about that at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So Sunday night goes on, all drinking, and Sunday night, that was when the less amount of people were there, because Friday night and Saturday night there was at least 40 people there in total.
Mm-hmm.
And so Sunday I'd say there's maybe 15. And the girls stay the night. The four girls I originally said, Carter, Avery, Logan, and Jasmine, they stay the night. Me, Noah, Jack, Brylan, Isaac, Mikey, all stay the night. So we're all the ones people left at the house.
Mm-hmm.
And that night goes on. So around 12, my cousin starts getting really drunk. And if you see in a lot of the videos that I took, which of me sitting in the corner with the pink brace on, videoing the table, and then you see me zooming on a girl, that was my cousin Georgia Burns.
Okay.
And I was sending videos to my mom to make sure that she was okay, because they were worried about her. And
Oh, you were just saying like, oh, she's here.
yeah, she's okay. And I send a picture a little bit later of us outside, and she's sitting on the ground like throwing up. I was watching over her. And then a little bit after that, I take the video of Noah getting slapped by Brylan.
Mm-hmm.
And in the background you can see Isaac Newton holding a shotgun.
Okay.
And
Isaac. You said Isaac?
Isaac Rojas.
Okay. Yep.
So I take that video around 1:30, somewhere around there, and I end up passing out after that. And my mom calls me around 3 to let me know that she has Georgia and that she's okay.
Do you know how, I mean, just out of curiosity, because that's the first time I've heard her name. Do you know how she got home, or did somebody take her?
So some girl named Breely Garlinger, I think is her name. Blonde girl, I don't know how tall, she's skinny. She originally brought Georgia to the party. And my mom and my Aunt Melissa found out about her being there. My mom told my Aunt Melissa because she was worried about her. And so they went in my mom's Camaro and picked her up around 3, not at the house, but they noticed that her icon on Life 360 was moving as they were getting close, and they were about a couple miles down the road, and one of them told Georgia to pull over, or called Georgia and told them to pull over, and so they did, and they take Georgia.
Okay. So the other girl was taking her home, and then they noticed that she was in a car or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. But she got home
Yeah.
by, and somewhere in between time you went to sleep and 3.
Yeah.
Right, because that's when your mom called and said that she was okay. Okay.
And so I go back to sleep around 3:20 after answering the phone call. Well, I go to sleep right after, but I'm saying that the timer was around 3:20 or somewhere around there. And 2 hours later, Jack Newton busts through the door saying Noah is dead. Noah is dead, guys. like frantic. I could almost see he was tearing up. And so he burst back out the door immediately. And I look at my phone because it felt like I just went to sleep.
Right.
And it was 5:15. And so I wake up Isaac, Mikey, and Brylan. Isaac, Mikey, and Brylan, yeah. And we all load up in my red Jeep Cherokee and go down to where Noah was.
So let me just stop you right there. I want to make sure I'm clear, right? So Jack, you said burst through the door, went through the door, said that Noah's dead, right?
Yes, sir.
And so that woke you up.
Yeah, him,
right?
because he like slammed through the door.
Right. And then where were you sleeping at?
All right, so I'll give you like the layout of the house. So the front of the house, you walk in, there's like a little bench right here, a living room, like there was a Christmas tree in the corner and beer pong was right there. And then you come over here, that's the kitchen, and then you come back here, that's the dining room. And then back in the back part of the house is a room, bathroom, and you come back to the where the couches and stuff is bathroom, and then room, bathroom. And I was sleeping right here on this couch.
In the living room.
Yeah, so I was the closest to the door.
Gotcha.
And
then you said that you woke up some of the other guys?
Yeah. So
did they wake up, or were they awake, or did you have to go like shake them awake?
No, I yelled at them. I was like, "Hey guys, get up!" Jack says Noah's dead.
Okay. So they were all still asleep.
Yeah, no, they were asleep.
And who was that again?
Isaac, Mikey, and Brylan.
Okay.
But what's weird is, whenever I originally, whenever I woke up to my mom calling me. So Isaac's in the corner on the recliner. Mikey was on the ground, and Brylan was on the couch. But whenever Jack woke us up, Mikey and Brylan swapped. So Brylan was on the floor and Mikey was on the couch. So I don't know if that means anything, but it's like one of them got up to go do something.
Yeah, so when you woke up, when your mom called, here's these people, right? And then a couple hours later, when Jack wakes you up, the people are moved.
Yeah, they swapped.
Like three after 3 o'clock in the morning to after 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And so a couple of the people had moved, but they went back to sleep.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
But so we all load up in my Jeep and we fly down the road. And we see the headlights just sitting on the side of the road, so we suspect that it's there. And Jack was just now pulling up to the scene, so we seen him stop. And we get out of the vehicle. Semi was facing towards the party house. Noah's right here. And service truck, Jack's truck, my truck, all facing towards Duncan. Semi truck facing back towards the party house with Noah in front of it.
Right.
We get out.
Because, and I want to make it just because I saw it from my brain, right? Where these vehicles were, and where Noah was north of where the house was.
So Noah's head was facing towards Duncan, and Noah's feet was facing towards back to the party house.
But on the southbound side of traffic.
Yeah, on the southbound. So going towards the party house on the road.
Right. So, but his body was.
Yeah, on that side of the road.
Right. So.
I don't really know my norths and easts and stuff like that.
So when you left the party house, you turned left.
Yeah, I turned left to go back towards Duncan.
Gotcha.
And so we get out of the vehicle, we all get out, and Jack steps out of his vehicle, just sits there and stares at Noah, and the service truck driver walks up towards Jack. They start talking. I never did see the semi-truck driver.
Okay.
But I go to walk up towards Noah, and he's wearing black shorts, which you can see in the videos from the party house. The same black shorts that he was wearing are the ones he was wearing when he was on the side of the road. And he had one of my shoes on, Oh, I forgot to mention that. When we woke up, we spent about 2-3 minutes looking for my other shoe.
Right.
And we leave because I can't find it, so I just go one shoe. And we get there, we get out of the vehicle, all that crap. And I go walk up towards Noah. There he is, laying there, all contorted. And so I go walk back towards my vehicle, and Isaac was bawling his eyes out. And so I give him a hug and tell him it's going to be okay. And I go to open my trunk or my hatch to get out this blue shop blanket I had. And right as I was walking back towards that Noah, we got told to leave. But I do not remember who told us to leave.
Okay. So, and we'll talk about what happened after that, right, in here in a minute. But, so you load up in your Jeep.
Mm-hmm. Right? And we back up, make a U-turn.
So, hold on. Yeah. Who's in your Jeep with you?
Isaac, Mikey, and Brylan.
Okay. And then you leave the driveway, you go this way, and then you show up. When you say you got out of the vehicle and you saw Noah, where were you at whenever you saw him?
All right, so I'll explain it like this. So, semi-truck's right here. Mm-hmm. Imagine like semi-truck, and then Noah, I'd say about 20 feet in front of him. Mm-hmm. The body is lined up with Jack's truck, and then the service truck is in front of Jack, and then we parked behind him. So I'd probably say here to that door, away from Noah when we originally got out of our vehicles. And I walk up to him, probably got 5, maybe 10 feet away from him, and start walking back, console Isaac, and go to grab my blanket out to throw over him because I didn't want them staring at him, because I know how that can be on some people's minds. It can mess with them for a long time. And he also didn't deserve to be laying out there in the open like that. So I go to throw a blanket over him. Right as I get about halfway back to him, we got told to leave. And we back up. We all load back up in my vehicle. Jack stays there with the person. And we go back up, make a U-turn, go back to the house. Go back inside. You can hear the girls crying in the back room. And
they stayed at the house.
Yeah, they stayed at the house.
Okay.
So from the people that were at the party, from my knowledge, we were the only ones that seen Noah. Isaac, Mikey, Brylan, and Jack and me. And they stay there at the scene, and we go back to the house, go back to our spots where we were originally sleeping and sit down, and they are all like sitting there like thinking like this for a couple minutes, and they all go back to sleep. Like nothing just happened.
So who is they?
They is Isaac, Mikey, and Brylan. They all go back to sleep. And I don't know what to do at the moment. So I turn on the TV to try to get it out of my mind of what I just seen. And I watch TV for, I'd say about 30 minutes to maybe an hour. Because whenever we left, it was pitch black. Mm-hmm. And so the girls start coming out of the room. The boys are still asleep. We watch TV, and Renee Millen, Jasmine's mother, and her husband, and Stephanie Millen and her boyfriend show up to the house. And this was right as it started getting dawn. I mean, like, whenever the sun started coming up. Like, you couldn't see the sun, but you could see outside, like, light. But they pull up. It was originally my idea to start cleaning up the beer cans, because at the time we thought it was a hit and run. And we didn't have time to think and let it sit on us and notice that there's no possible way it could have been a hit and run. And so
you said that you cleaned up the beer cans because it was a hit and run?
we didn't want no one at the party house getting in trouble for the beer.
Oh,
That was our intentions on cleaning the beer
cleaning it up was just like
picking up beer cans and throwing them in the trash can.
because
We didn't.
y'all were
Underage.
underage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
And so I say, guys, we need to clean up the beer cans. And so we start doing that. And then Renee asks, where are the guns at? Where are the guns? And we go and grab the guns and give her the guns.
And that's Jasmine's mom.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And Renee tells us that I need to take the beer home with us. I was like, okay. So I loaded up all the beer that was left at the house and loaded it in the cooler and put it back in my Jeep, and we left.
So let me pause you real quick. Let me go back because I want to just get all these details right. So when you say you gave Renee the guns, like about how many guns did you give her? What kind of guns? Like,
So there was not an AR-15, but it's AR-15 style 300 blackout rifle.
Okay.
And it has a thermal on it, suppressor, and that, and a bolt action rifle, like a hunting gun, and then there was that pump action shotgun, and that was it.
So 3 guns.
Yeah.
And who did those belong to?
They, from my understanding, the shotgun belonged to Isaac.
Okay.
Or Isaac's family. And the hunting rifle belonged to Brylan.
Okay.
And the AR-15 300 blackout belonged to Jack.
Okay. And so they knew about the guns. Renee knew about the guns. How? I'm just curious.
I never did think about that, but they said bring the guns outside and give them.
Maybe somebody saw it on one of these Snapchat videos or something, because I know you guys were.
Yeah, but we never.
I know there was videos of guns, or at least guns present.
I don't think we ever posted any of those videos, though.
Somebody might have, right?
But but from the videos that are seen on like the groups and everything, all of them, but like 2 are the videos that I've took.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But somehow they knew about the guns.
Yeah, somehow they knew about the guns.
Let's get these out of this house, right?
Yeah.
And so, I couldn't remember. Sorry. Did you load them up and give it to them, or do you remember?
I remember grabbing the AR-15, and then they grabbed the other 2 guns.
Okay. And they were just somewhere in the house.
Well, yeah, they were sprawled out in different places.
Okay. And so they did that, and then they told you, hey, you need to get the rest of this beer. So you loaded it up in the cooler, put it in your Jeep, and then you said we left. Who's we? Who left?
Me, Isaac, Mikey, and Brylan.
Okay, y'all left, and then where did you guys go?
I took them home, and I went home myself and told my mother of what happened.
Okay.
And I didn't get home until like 8, a little bit before 8:30.
Because you had to take those.
Yeah, I had to drop them off.
And they all live.
I had to drop Mikey off at some house. Do you know where Cash and Dash is in town?
No, by the store.
Yeah, the old store. Over that way. It's like Dollar General or General Store, and then Cash and Dash, the gas station, and then there's a car wash back here. I dropped him off somewhere in those houses back there.
Okay.
But I dropped him off last, I'm pretty sure. And I dropped Isaac and Brylan off at Isaac's house, I think. It was either Isaac's house or Brylan's house.
Okay.
And I go home, tell my mother what happened, and yeah.
So let me go back to you went to the scene where the trucks were and where Noah was, and they told you to leave, and you go back to the house. You say those other people, those other guys, they went to sleep, but then you could hear the girls crying. Did you see any of them? Did you see Avery or Jasmine or anybody there? Did you happen to?
I didn't at the scene.
No. Like when you went back to the house.
When I went back to the house,
Mhm.
I didn't see them until I'd say a little bit before Renee showed up. So they were back in that room for like 30 minutes.
While you were watching TV.
Yeah.
Okay. And they didn't come out and watch TV with you or anything?
Like maybe 5-10 minutes before Renee showed up.
And Mikey was asleep.
Yeah, no, they all went back to sleep.
They all went back to sleep.
All the boys did.
But the girls stayed up.
The girls were up, yeah.
But they were in a room. They weren't in the living room with you.
Yeah.
And I guess what I'm trying to say is like, how can you articulate or tell me how you know they were awake? That's kind of what I'm getting at, right?
I forgot a major step. Whenever we come back to the house,
Mm-hmm.
the girls are in the living room,
Mm-hmm.
crying, and they ask us if Noah's really dead, and we tell them yes, Noah's really dead, and they all start bursting out crying,
Mm-hmm.
and they all start like walking around crying and stuff, and they all migrated back to one room, and the boys went back to sleep, and I watched TV, and then they come out there. Well, I think only one came out in the living room and watched TV with me. And
Do you remember who that was?
I'd like to say it was Logan, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And not too long later, Renee shows up.
I'm just curious, do you know how Renee got called or told to come out there? Did
I'm guessing
anybody
it
say
was
anything?
Jasmine.
Maybe she just told
Jasmine
her
told
to
her
come out
mom that Noah was dead, I'm guessing.
there. Gotcha. Okay.
And Renee told us that we need to leave the house. So we all did.
So you left pretty early. I mean, right after the sun came up.
Mm-hmm.
And so you weren't there. You weren't there any time after that. You never went back. You didn't talk to any police or anything like that, or that day at all.
No,
anything like that?
not whatsoever.
Okay.
When you left the house after Renee showed up and told you to leave, and you put the beer in the cooler and all that, did you go back north on 81?
Yeah, we had to go around the mile section because they had that
They had it
road
blocked-
stripped off.
They had it blocked off
Yeah.
at that point.
So all of this. Now we're going to talk a little. I'm going to ask a little bit of question about like some of the stuff that I know, or some of the stuff that's been reported, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you remember any of it. So really what I'm getting at is like, do you remember seeing Noah leave?
No. I remember someone saying to me that Noah has walked off. And I shrugged it off because Noah always walks off at parties when he's drunk. He always comes back too. We never have to go search for him. Like he'll walk off for 10 minutes, come back.
So when that happened, where were you at? Because I'm trying to remember about the time that you went to sleep the first time, right? So
Mhm.
it's after midnight, but it's before 3 when your mom calls. So do you remember when they told you that Noah was gone, or did they say he was missing, or did they say he walked off?
They said he walked off.
Who's they?
It was Jasmine.
Jasmine said.
Jasmine was walking around the house, said Noah walked off. And I was like, all right, it's whatever, he'll be back.
Did she say why he walked off? And you were on the couch, I guess?
Yeah.
So you were kind of like,
I was fixing to go to sleep.
kind of going in between. Okay.
Yeah.
So it would have been
I was,
about what time?
I'd probably say around close to 2. Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around 2.
Before 2, yeah.
Yeah. Because you went to sleep for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm. And then my mom called
Then
me.
your mom called. So within that,
Within that time frame,
Hour.
Noah was gone, yeah.
right. But within that hour as well, like your cousin got picked up from the
Yeah.
parties. And,
Yeah, I think you said at 3:20 was when,
Yeah.
your mom called.
and was Noah present then?
I thought he was present, so I just went back to sleep. Didn't really think about it,
Okay.
and I went back to sleep.
Did they?
That wasn't really on my mind when I woke back up. Is Noah found yet?
Right.
But
because-
he wasn't asleep in the living room
No.
with the rest of you guys. Did anybody? Did anybody say that they were looking for him, or that they went looking for him, or that they were gonna go looking for him? Do you remember anything like that?
I remember.
And if you don't, it's okay. I mean,
I'm trying to think because it's been like almost a year since this has happened. I think a little bit before I went to sleep, because I went after I took that video of Noah getting slapped by Browning. I went inside and sat down on the couch and watched TV for a little bit. And before I went to sleep, Jasmine came to me and said Noah's gone, like Noah's missing, or he walked off, something like that. And so I go back to sleep, or I go to sleep, because I didn't think much of it.
Right.
And Mom calls me around 3:20 and tells me that she has Georgia. I go back to sleep, and 2 hours later, Jack bursts through the door.
Okay. And this is just so I can, again, when you went to sleep, your cousin, where was Georgia at?
Last time I seen Georgia was whenever Breeley Garlinger was outside watching over her. And
That's who ended up taking her,
Yeah.
meeting your mom and her mom,
Mhm.
or your aunt, I guess. Okay, so I guess when you went to bed or when you went to sleep on the couch, you assumed that she was either going to stay.
I assumed that she was going to be fine, because she was throwing chunks up, and usually after you throw up,
Feel a little better.
yeah, you feel a whole lot
Yeah.
better. So, and her friend was out there watching over her.
Okay. And then, but you don't remember anybody saying that they were going to look for him or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
And Jasmine's the one that said that he had walked off. Was, do you have any idea why he happened to walk off this time?
He usually, he doesn't walk off every party, but he usually walk off when he gets upset. Like, he'll walk off and try to calm down before he comes back to the party, so he doesn't ruin the mood for everyone, you know.
Sure. And you didn't see him leave, though.
No, I never did see him leave. But what I also don't understand is, I mean, this is just my thinking, but we had a gun out there that was thermal, like thermal and heat, like heat vision, or what, like you see like the heat and crap. My understanding is, why wouldn't you use that? You know, like to look.
Pretty good idea. Other than wanting to point a gun at,
Yeah.
pointing a gun at somebody, but you know. So Jack comes in, wakes you up, tells you Noah's dead, and then he just leaves again?
He just leaves, yeah.
Okay. And then you gather up the rest of the guys, you load up in your Jeep and roll on down there So when you leave the house and you turn to go towards where there's lights and stuff like that, where you're, I'm assuming there's lights. I mean, headlights.
Yeah, there's headlights.
There's probably no law enforcement there.
No, there was
flashing lights or anything. Yet.
Nothing.
And then, so you go there again, or I'm sorry, you go there, and then, Jack had already like re-arrived, I guess. And then you go, and so what happened then? Like you got out, did it? And you said Isaac got out too, maybe?
Everyone in the vehicle got out.
Mm-hmm. Did everybody go walk
No.
towards them, or just you?
Once they all seen him, they started crying.
Mm-hmm. So you could see him. I mean, there's headlights there, so you could probably see him.
Yeah.
A good ways away, or you could tell that there's somebody laying in the road. Noah's the only guy that's not here. That's probably him. While you were there, I know you were only there for a short period of time. Did you happen to see anybody, close or in close proximity to Noah? Did they look like they were doing CPR or picking him up or moving or anything like that?
No one.
Was he moving at all?
He was motionless.
Okay. And then you went and you saw him. You're like, man, I don't want to just lay in there, so I'm going to go get this blanket. And then you came back and then you were told to leave. You don't remember who told you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys left.
Mm-hmm. I was under the assumption that they have already called 911, or I would have called 911 myself, because who just comes up to a dead body and sees it and doesn't do anything,
Mm-hmm.
So I thought either the service truck driver or the semi truck driver called them already. But
What makes you think that they didn't?
Because the first call didn't go out until 5:53.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second.
From what everyone's saying on the group.
That's fine. So you're pretty certain that Jack came through the door at 5:50?
I'm 100% positive.
Okay. And I'm okay with that. So how long... So Jack comes to the door at 5:15, and then he leaves the house again to go back to the scene, correct?
Yes.
How long can you estimate between the time that Jack came through the door at 5:15 and you arrived on the scene?
We probably got there around 5:20, 5:25.
I'm not asking you for a time. I'm asking you. Let's estimate the time that passes between Jack coming through the door at 5:15 and you arriving on scene.
Mm-hmm.
How many minutes?
Can you explain that?
Okay, so I'm gonna go down the hall
Mm-hmm.
and then come back. I estimated it took me 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
So from the time that Jack came through the door at 5:15 and you, Kaden Pressy, arrived on scene, how many minutes do you think it was between the time of 5:15 of Jack coming through the door and you arriving on scene? How many minutes do you think that it was?
10, 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes. Okay. You understand? Because I don't think it's normal for someone to check the time on their phone when they arrived on scene.
Well, I didn't check the time either.
Okay. So he comes to the door at 5:15 and you arrive on scene 10 to 15 minutes later, approximately.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to... So when Jack came to the door at 5:15 and told everyone what he observed, how long before he left? Again.
Oh, he left instantly after
So
he said that.
he came to the door, he says what he says, and then he leaves again.
Yes.
Okay.
Like he was literally just coming back there to let us know that Noah's dead.
At 5:15 a.m., he comes to the door and says what he says. He leaves a minute later, and then 10 to 15 minutes later, you're on scene.
Mm-hmm.
And the service truck and the semi-truck driver were there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But I never did see the semi-truck driver.
But the semi was parked.
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't recall who told you to leave. You just know that Jack stayed.
Yes, sir.
So when you left, was it just the service truck driver and Jack?
From what I've seen, yes, sir. There was 3 vehicles there, so there had to have been 3 people. You know.
Well, I'm not asking you to speculate.
Yeah.
You saw what you saw.
Yes,
But
sir.
When you left, to your knowledge, the only people that were left there at the scene, other than Noah's body, was
Mhm.
Jack and the service truck driver.
Yes, sir.
And it was dark.
It was completely dark. Yes, sir.
And Noah's wearing black shorts.
Yes, sir.
And you said that his body was contorted. Can you explain that to me? What do you mean by contorted?
So, whenever I get there,
Mm-hmm.
his body, he's laying, his hips. All right, so I'm gonna try to explain this best I can.
Mm-hmm.
So, his legs are, he's on his side, right,
Mm-hmm.
and his chest is face down towards the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and his head is facing towards the grass.
Okay.
So he would be facing towards not towards the party house, but like that way. You know what I'm talking about?
Towards the shoulder.
Yeah, towards the shoulder, not the
Not the road.
not the road.
Yep.
And his arm, one of his arms was behind his back, and one was like this,
Okay.
and his legs were like one leg was right here, and the other one was like this.
And how close did you get to his body?
5-10 feet.
And you said he was wearing black shorts.
Yes, sir.
Did you observe anything else in the roadway?
No.
Blood? Any
That's the thing. I didn't see any blood.
any car parts?
Nothing.
Just no one.
Just now.
You mentioned you only found one shoe, and you talked about this. You made a post or
Mhm.
a comment or something online. Talk about the shoes, right?
Mhm.
Just kind of explain that. We'll let you explain that and go from there.
Right now?
Yeah.
All right. So I was wearing one of my brand new pairs of gray Hey Dudes, and Noah was wearing some that were similar to mine. He just had smaller feet than mine, and so I don't know. I guess one of them, someone either put those shoes on him or he mistakenly grabbed one of my shoes and one of his shoes.
Right. And so I guess what I was trying to get at was he had one of your shoes on,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why you were unable to find your other shoe. That's why when you showed up there, you only had.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned you only had one shoe on, or one shoe, because you couldn't find the other one.
Yes, sir.
When did you notice that Noah had it on?
Whenever I got closer to him.
Okay. Gotcha. So that explains that, right? Because like I said, you mentioned that in something online.
Yeah, one of the Facebook group posts.
I wanted to kind of touch on that. So after you guys left, after you got told to leave, I'm just do you remember? I know you don't remember who told you to leave, but did they say, get the hell out of here, or did they say, guys, you don't need to be here?
No.
Or what kind of do you remember?
They
all
said
of
in
that?
they said it in an assertive tone. You
Mhm.
guys need to leave.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be rude,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't remember who said that to you, but there was only 2 people on scene. So who told you to leave?
It had to have been the service truck driver because it would make no sense for me to leave with Jack saying I need to leave.
Do you think there's a possibility that Jack told you to leave because he didn't want you to see his friend? And I'm not putting words in your mouth.
No, I understand.
So you know that there was only 2 people on scene,
Mm-hmm.
Jack and the service truck driver, and the semi truck driver
Yeah.
just didn't see him.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't remember who told you to leave.
That's
That's okay if you don't. It just seemed there's one of 2 options. It's
Yeah.
either Jack or the service truck driver.
But I can say this,
Mhm.
because the next couple months after this happened, me and Jack still hung out like that.
Yeah.
And so we were hanging out. We were going to some bar down in Texas,
Mhm.
and I remember asking him this. I was like, I'm trying to think. I remember asking him something about the scene, and he said, Pressy, I'm the one that told you needed to leave.
Okay.
And I was like, you're sure? Because it just came back to me, because I thought that the semi truck driver or the service truck driver told me to leave.
Mhm.
Because I said, Jesus, I forgot what I said.
It's okay, man. You're good.
I just remember asking him something about it, and he said, Pressy, I'm the one that told you to leave.
Okay.
So that's what he said to me. From my understanding at that time, the service truck driver told me to leave. Rethinking that.
Yeah. And it's not a big deal who told you to leave. If there was only 2 people on scene,
Yeah.
and you don't recall. You recall there only being 2 people on scene, but you can't recall
Which one? Yeah.
which one told you to leave. What else are we missing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What else are you forgetting?
I stepped out real fast, but who did you say that it was?
He went down to a bar in Texas with Jack,
Mm-hmm.
and they were recalling events from that evening and that morning.
Mm-hmm.
And Jack told him
Jack's the one that said that.
that told him to leave.
Gotcha. Let me try and find you a cup of water or something.
my mouth's a little dry.
This is brand new. If you want to just grab him a cup, you can share that with him. Sorry, I took a bunch of notes and then I'm going back through and trying to clear things up.
You're good.
Still a little cold.
Yeah, I just bought it for
Here it is.
Thank you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty good on the events from that night and that morning. So if we want to go into
Yeah.
other issues,
Yeah. Okay, so real quick, I know we talked about it a lot, but is there anything else that happened, whether it be that night, Sunday night? Because you were asleep, when you were asleep when Noah walked off, you were asleep when he was found. Did you, I guess, so I can have it on the record, right? So I can have it, right? So you didn't go looking for him.
No.
You didn't ever go try and find him.
No.
You just you learned that he wasn't there, that he walked off, or that he left, or that he was missing, whatever you were told, and you just assumed that he would come back like he normally does. You don't know that anybody did go looking for him, anything like that. You don't know why he left, other than he usually only left when he got upset.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything. You show up and you leave. You go back to the house and you watch TV. The girls you reaffirmed or you confirmed to the girls that were there that Noah was dead. And they kind of walk around and then they migrate into the room. You don't remember if anybody came out and watched TV with you. Maybe. What was her name?
Logan?
Logan, yeah, sorry. Maybe Logan. But you were on the couch with that. So is there any, outside of all that, right? Is there anything else that went on that you want to talk about, or do you think we should talk about, that for certain went on? I mean...
So, I'd say a couple weeks ago, or maybe up to a month ago.
So let me pause you real quick. I'm talking about that night, on Sunday night,
Oh, okay.
before Noah went missing and before he was found on the side of the road. Is there anything that happened, that night or that weekend, that did happen?
So
that you think we should talk about?
I don't know if it's important or not, but Noah, when he's drunk, he's real flirty with anyone, or any type of woman. So from my knowledge, he was messing with Avery at the time.
Mm-hmm.
They were having sex and crap like that, from what I know. And I'd say Saturday night, Noah falls asleep on the ground in the living room with Logan. They didn't do anything, but they fall asleep on the ground, and I wake up, and I remember hearing Avery saying something to Logan. It's like, man, if y'all did anything, I was going to kill y'all. And yeah, they laughed it off.
Right, but nothing
happened.
And when you say they fell asleep on the ground or the floor, was it in the bedroom or
no, it was
in the living room?
It was in the living room, yeah.
Okay. And did you fall asleep in there too?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And that was Saturday night.
Yeah.
So, real quick, about this shower that Noah got, right? You're familiar with somebody talking about him either taking a shower or being given a shower, something like that. Do you know anything about that?
I don't think I was awake at the time, because if you... there's a picture that Jasmine took of her at 3:41, I think it is, saying that Noah is missing or something like that. And you can see on her shirt that her shirt's soaking wet.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they showered him before that or something like that.
Right, but you didn't witness, or you didn't see 2 or 3 people, or you didn't see anybody take Noah into the bathroom and give him a shower.
No.
You didn't see him go in and take a shower on his own. You don't know why he took a shower or why that's even a deal.
No.
Okay. So you don't know anything about the shower.
Mm-mm.
And has anybody since then told you that they gave him a shower or anything like that? Do you have any ideas about that at all?
Like, why would they give him a shower?
No. Has anybody told you that they were the ones that gave him a shower? Or anything like that?
It was, from my understanding, it was Jasmine and Carter that gave him the shower.
Okay. And why is that your understanding? Like, what makes you believe that?
Because that's what I was told.
Okay, who told you that?
Jasmine and them in the morning whenever Renee was there.
So they told you they gave Noah a shower?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Was this after you'd fallen asleep, to your knowledge?
Like when they gave him the shower?
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing so, yeah.
Were you... Okay, so you said there was only about 15 people at the party Sunday night, correct?
Yes, sir.
Was there any boys from Texas? At
Boys from... I know that there was 3 different boys from Texas
Okay.
that were there, but I don't know if they were there on Sunday night.
You don't know if they were there on Sunday night. Okay. Did you ride on the Ranger at all Sunday night?
All right, when we're talking about the Ranger, we're talking about the truck. Or are we
Okay,
talking about...
Not the swamp truck, not the side by side.
All right, yeah, the side-by-side.
That's a Polaris Ranger.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Jack's Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ride on it Sunday night?
No, we only went on it one night.
Okay. So then you mentioned, I said Ranger, and you recalled a truck.
Yeah.
What truck are you referring to?
I'm referring to the Ford Ranger.
It's a Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's lifted with giant tires on
Mhm.
it. We did drive that around in the field
On Sunday night.
on Sunday night, I'm pretty sure.
Was there any issue with that truck at all?
No.
Any collisions? Or...
It wasn't Sunday night. It was before it turned dark on Sunday.
Okay.
We were driving around. Out there shooting birds out of the sky.
Okay. And then Sunday evening, you don't recall the Texas boys being there Sunday evening? No.
No, sir.
And you went to bed at what time?
I went to bed around 1:40, somewhere around there.
And you were at the house the whole time?
Yes, sir.
And you don't recall boys from Texas being there at all on Sunday?
I know that they were there at least Saturday night.
But not on Sunday?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Or
I'm not 100% sure, like as in I don't remember.
they're not in any of your snaps?
No. Well, in the snap that I took of... Wait, no, yeah, they were there. They were there. Because in that video, you could see them in the corner playing beer pong. Thank you for bringing that up, yeah. They were there.
And y'all didn't ride the Ranger Sunday night?
At me?
Anybody?
From what I know, that there was apparently an accident with the Ranger.
Okay,
But I
so
didn't...
We went from nobody riding it to now there was an accident. We went from Texas boys weren't there to now they were there.
Yeah, but you're just saying all this stuff and it's helping me remember it.
Okay, that's fair. So,
I mean, sorry to interrupt you. Did you get on the Ranger side by side on Sunday?
No, not once. We were on
But
the truck
You
Sunday.
were on the truck.
Yes, sir.
The Ford Ranger.
Yes, sir.
Pickup with big tires.
Mhm.
Right? So we're talking of you mentioned that somebody said that there was a Ranger crash or accident or something. We're talking about, so there was no crash or anything the whole weekend, no incidents with the Ford Ranger,
No.
but there was possibly an incident with the Ranger side by side.
Yes,
right? The
and-
Polaris Ranger. But what do you know? What's your knowledge of that?
I do remember seeing a photo of Noah with like a bloody nose or something, and they had a timestamp on it, and it was around 2:40, somewhere around there, and it was a video of some guy like walking up to Noah, showing his face, and then showing the vehicle flipped. But I was not awake at that time.
so your recollection of those events are from videos that you're recalling, not from actually being there witnessing it, correct?
Yes, sir. From the videos that I've taken and other people have taken.
Do you know anything about Noah and Mikey getting in an altercation Sunday evening, Saturday evening, Friday evening?
Not once. There is no. When you're saying altercation, you meaning like fist fight?
Okay, so Anthony and I are bros. We grew up together, wrestled. Like, when I say altercation, I don't necessarily mean like we're gonna fight over a girl and then never talking. Maybe wrestling out in the yard. Maybe one of us putting each other in a hole or something.
Oh yeah, no, there was wrestling going on. Yeah.
Okay. So, anything between Noah and anyone outside of just boys being boys, any true altercations? Like,
No, never once like I hate you, crap like that.
okay. Was there any wrestling or any goofing off Sunday night that you can recall?
I think this happened Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey and Noah were wrestling. So I don't know if it matters where it was at, but they were wrestling. If you're looking at the trailer house, it's to the left and on the front porch in that little patch area. They were wrestling out there, and I remember them like cussing, like, "Oh God damn it, I have stickers all over me now," and stuff like that.
But nothing Sunday evening that you recall?
No, sir.
You still live at home?
Yes, sir.
Are your parents aware that you were at the house party that weekend?
Yes, sir. I let them know that because before then I had to ask them to go places. Like, well, not really ask them, but I needed to let them know where I was going and what I was doing.
And you're 20 now?
Yes, sir. I'm 20 now.
You're 19 at the time?
Yeah, it was just a respect thing.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just curious.
So, and I think I heard you right when you said you stayed at the house. So you were pretty much there the whole weekend.
Yeah.
You were pretty much there with them the whole time. Maybe even Friday. Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
I know you kind of had some events that kind of bled into each other, but so you're probably there Friday.
Yeah,
sure,
I'm
Saturday,
pretty
Sunday.
sure I was there
You
Friday
left.
night.
So, what has been brought up or said, whether it be online or outside of, where we're talking here and outside of that weekend, what's been said? What would you like to clear up? Whether it be to clear, your participation or your involvement, or anything else. Like what do we? Now's the opportunity to kind of clear those things up. Like, what's being said that's not true that is not true, whether it be online or out and about, whatever.
So my main question is that, is the FBI actually involved?
So we have really good working relationships with all the federal agencies, OSBI. This is OSBI's building,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're letting us come here. They've helped us. They've done some things with us. But this is a highway patrol case.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really affect anything whether the FBI or OSBI or anybody is involved or not. What I can tell you is that they're not taking it over,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what I mean by that is all those other agencies have we do the same thing. Like, we offer assistance, and if you say we're sitting in the OSBI building on Tuesday night here, you could say that the OSBI is involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here? Are they involved? Did we use one of their people to do an interview? Did we use one of their buildings? Did we call and ask for, hey, do you have any information on this person? you know, it doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah.
Right. But what I can tell you is that whether they're quote unquote involved, like we are here now, right?
Yeah.
That they're not taking it over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's a misconception. I think that's been brought up that, you know, when they say, "Oh, the FBI's involved now," well, and people assume that, you know, this is, you know, being, you know, turned over to them, and I can say that it's not. You know, that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. And any involvement that they have, whether it be, you know, whatever, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really make a difference because, you know, we're still the lead agency on the deal. We have good working relationships with other agencies, you know, sheriff's office, police departments, things like that. So, I mean, it's kind of a loaded question, right? Are they involved? Are they not? You know, is OSPI involved or not? Like it, you know, I mean, what do you count as them being involved? But I think what's important, I think what needs to be, you know, like the correct answer would be is like they're not taking it over. That's probably what you've been told. Or
Yeah, everyone's
under the assumption that they're taking it over.
Everyone's saying that, making such a big deal about it, saying like, "Oh, the FBI is involved now. It's whoever did it is going to get caught now."
Yeah, no, it's still our case. You know, we're working it the same like we have been, and we'll continue to do that. You know, there's been a lot of people. I'm sorry, there's been a lot of things that people have said. You know, that's pretty inaccurate. You know, some of it's close, but not,
Yeah.
you know, and we can't say that. You know, we can't comment or anything like that. You know what I mean? Anything else?
So from my understanding, Stevie Howard, Carter Combs' mom, said that either you or Zachary Wright was on the scene that morning and they gave a statement. And she's saying that on Facebook groups.
What do you mean by they gave a statement?
Here, let me. 1 second. So, Stevie's mom, Carter, telling everyone that Zachary Wright took your statement the morning Noah was found at the party.
Your statement. Who's you?
I'm guessing you. My mom wanted me to ask that.
Oh, so you're okay. So, say that again. I'm confused.
She said, "Why is Stevie, Carter's mom, telling everyone that Zachary Wright took your statement?"
Your statement.
Oh yeah, that would be mine.
Yeah.
So, why is Stevie, Carter's mom, telling everyone that Zachary Wright took your statement the morning Noah was found at the party house?
Did he not?
No, I didn't talk to a single person that day.
You talked to Zach.
I talked to Zach
Later,
months later.
Yeah. Yeah, she's talking about you, not me.
Okay, yeah, I was confused then.
Yeah. So there were quite a few, like Trey mentioned, there was quite a few interviews that were done. You know, there were some interviews or some information that was gathered that day, right? And then there was some people that were talked to, I don't know, 4 or 5 days later, a week later, something like that. And then there have been people that have been talked to since then.
I think the difficulty that we had initially was, you know, there was 30 to 40 people at this party, so we're trying to find out who's who and who's where, and finding out, you know, there's a lot of people that just had nicknames and things of that nature, so trying to find out who was actually there and who to talk to was pretty difficult initially, right?
I mean, and I'd be more than willing to help y'all with all the names and everything.
No, I think we're
down to the knowing who was like on Sunday night, like you said. I mean, there's a big difference in who was there Sunday than who was there like Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of shrunk.
right, because even in this interview, right, so you were pretty certain it was just these people, and then I mentioned the Texas boys, and you're like, oh yeah, the Texas boys, right? So you can see the difficulty that we're having. And,
Yeah.
But I think we're.
I would say probably a pretty good idea who was there.
Yeah,
last
idea
night.
of who was there now.
Do y'all have all the videos and stuff?
Mhm. I believe so. I mean, everything that's how it found its way on the internet. Yeah. And then just to be real honest with you, like those videos, I mean, it does show, it kind of verifies like who was there, right? But you know, those particularly, like, you know, there's no, I mean, yeah, like kids drinking, right? But there was no like crime on the video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like nothing like that. So, but yeah, we have that stuff.
Is there any video that you're aware of that's not out on social media or on YouTube or
Do y'all have the video?
email or whatever?
Do y'all have the video of the firefighter and the police officer taking the black shorts off of Noah?
No.
Well, there is a video out there of that.
Do you have it?
The private investigator Kathy has it, and I seen it. They were taking black shorts off of Noah.
Kathy has that?
Yeah,
And you've seen it
I seen it
off of Kathy's phone?
off of Kathy's phone. So supposedly the semi truck driver sent it to her. Like they were recording, like they didn't want nobody to know. Like they were recording, like standing up, watching them, like pointing the phone down. Whenever they turned away, they'll point it up real quick.
Are you bullshitting me?
No,
have you seen a video of Jack's shorts coming off his body?
And Noah's? Yeah.
Sorry, Noah's
yeah,
body.
No, I'm being dead ass honest with you, sir.
You've seen a video of someone standing Noah's body up and taking shorts off of him.
Not standing him, but like pulling his shorts off. Yeah. Apparently it was.
Not apparently. You've either seen it or you haven't.
Yeah.
Have you seen this video or is it hearsay?
No, I'm being honest with you, sir. Yes.
You've seen the video?
Yes. Yes,
off
sir.
of Kathy's phone?
Off of Kathy's phone. Yes, sir. I'm being dead ass honest with you. Like, yes. And I don't know if it's actually firefighters and police officer, but you know how like certain like Duncan, they all wear the same shirt and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Certain agencies wear certain stuff, but
yeah.
I don't know if it's just some costume someone bought or already had and they put on, but yes, there is a video of that, sir.
And you've seen it?
Yes.
Where were you at when you saw the video?
At my house. Kathy came over and wanted to talk, and yes, she showed it to us.
To who?
Me, my mother, and my dad.
So, when did Kathy come to your house? About
A couple days ago.
a couple days ago. So pretty recent.
Yeah, pretty recently.
So we're talking this weekend?
We're talking.
Because you were gone last week.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the day I came back. I think it was Friday.
So she came to your house on Friday.
Yeah. So it was either Friday or Saturday.
Or when did you come back from vacation?
Thursday, I think.
And she came to your house Friday morning, Friday night, or Saturday morning, Saturday night. You said she wanted to talk with you.
I think it was during midday.
And what, because I asked at the beginning, like, if you've been interviewed about this, or if you talked to anybody about this. You say you talked to Zach. several months back, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about with Kathy? What did you guys talk about?
Me and Zach talk about Kathy.
No. What did you talk with Kathy about like this past weekend? She said she wanted to talk to you about something.
Yeah, that was it. She just wanted to show me the video.
She just wanted to come to your house and show you a video.
Yeah.
Have you, because I know she's a private investigator and she's done some other interviews and talked to people and things like that. Have you talked with her about this?
Oh, yeah, we've talked many times about it.
And what, in your times talking with her, was there anything different than what we talked about today?
No, it's pretty much all the same. I mean, like asking me questions, who was there, who was doing what, the same thing y'all were asking me.
But this weekend, a couple days ago, a few days ago, did she call you? Did she text you? How did she get a hold of you?
She texted my mother.
She texted your mom.
Saying that, is it okay if I come over and we can all talk? And said, yeah.
And so she came over, and what did you guys talk about?
She just showed us the video.
And
that's about it.
She just showed you a video and left.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's weird. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to talk to you. We've been here for over an hour.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to just come say hey and then leave. So, what else did y'all discuss? What did you talk about? She didn't just come up and show you her phone and then leave. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So, I honestly don't remember what else we talked about, but yeah, she showed us that video. That's like the main thing that stuck in my head from that day. And I'm guessing y'all are just not learning about this because y'all seem surprised whenever y'all see
Yeah,
this.
I'm pretty upset. Yeah.
I'm just surprised that, not that this is the first I'm learning about it, but we've been sitting here talking for over an hour, and this is the first time you've mentioned it.
Well, yeah, you wanted to talk about all this type of stuff whenever we were done talking about
when
that.
we finished, and I said, is there anything else since then that you want to clear up or talk about? I would assume that would be the absolute first thing that you wanted to say.
It just popped up in my head.
But that's all you've been able to think about for the last couple of days.
That's not what I meant when I said that, though. Like, that's what I thought about. That's the only thing that I remember from what we were talking about.
And she has, you guys have talked many times before this last time.
Yeah, we talked about 4 times. She never mentioned
this video. She never mentioned anything.
I'm guessing she just recently got it.
Did she say where she got it?
No. From my understanding, it was the semi-truck driver.
She said
so
that's your understanding. Like, why do you have that understanding?
I'm pretty sure she said she thinks, because she doesn't know who sent it to her.
So she doesn't know.
No, but I'm pretty sure she said she thinks that the semi-truck driver sent it to her.
And it was a video of people.
It was a video of 4 different people. 2 were in uniform, and the 2 other ones were family members of the Newtons and the Combs.
Okay, so you know who they are. Say their name. Like, what do you? Family members.
It was.
Officers, who?
It was.
Know who the officers were? Do you know who the people were?
It was Bubba. and some other dude. The Bubba sticks out because he doesn't look like much anybody else.
Bubba's the homeowner.
Yeah, Bubba's chunky guy.
And that's Avery's grandfather.
Yep.
And then the other person.
It was either the firefighter or the police officer. One of them was completely bald. So if I was y'all, I'd try to reach out. Do y'all have her phone number? I can give y'all her phone number.
I have a phone number.
I'd reach out to her and ask her about that.
You said the police officer was bald?
One of them, the person in uniform, one of them was bald and one was not.
But you said there was 4 people?
Yeah, there was 4 people, and we all think one of them was Bubba because they look just like Bubba.
So we know Bubba, a uniformed person, and the other 2.
There's 2 uniforms. There's
2 uniforms?
2 people. One was in a firefighter uniform. One was in a police officer uniform. And the firefighter said like 32 or 23 or something.
He says a number on the video?
No, it says a number on it.
Okay.
Oh,
Like a embroidered or something.
That's pretty good detail with the video, right?
So we've got Bubba, 2 uniformed, and then you said the Newtons.
We think that it was the Newtons and the Combs family there. So Bubba, that's a part of the Combs family.
Correct,
So
I understand that. And then, so
we don't know who the 4th person was.
So why do you think it was the Newtons family?
Best friends, I don't know.
So it could have been anybody.
Yeah, it could have been anybody. Yeah,
But you think it was the Newtons family? Why?
that's just my assumption of it, or aspect of it, or how I'm thinking about it, because they're still on contact with each other, but they have completely cut me off.
Why did they cut you off?
That's what I'm saying. Even Isaac, Brylan, and Mikey, no one wants to talk to me anymore.
Nobody wants to talk? Is that what you said? Nobody wants to talk to you anymore?
Nobody from the party still is in contact with me. Like, I have them on Snapchat, but they don't talk to me anymore. Like, we used to text every single day before this. And then a couple months after this happened, no one wants to talk to me anymore.
So right after it happened, did they talk to you?
Yeah, right after it happened, we were all still talking.
Yeah.
But up until the time that I was telling everybody my experience from the party, they didn't want to talk to me anymore after that.
Was that the post that you put into the Justice for Noah?
Yeah.
So that was like a week ago, right? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
It was. No, they haven't been talking to me for like a month or 2 before that too.
So you your kind of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
It all started
It was on May 23rd.
Yeah. It all started from my mom not wanting me to hang out with Jack anymore because she didn't trust him. And I told Jack that, hey, my parents don't trust you anymore. I can't hang out with you, man. Sorry. And
So
then
that's why
they all cut ties with me.
Right, so that's why.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Right, that would make sense.
But I don't understand why the whole friend group would not want to hang out with me anymore. And they all still hang out together. Just not, they don't want to talk to me no more.
Right, but, and what I'm trying to say is, like, a minute ago you said something to the effect of, like, for some reason, you made it seem like you didn't know why they didn't talk to you anymore. And even at the beginning, when we first started, you said that, that they didn't talk to you anymore, and kind of made me believe that you didn't know why.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
That's probably why.
Probably, yeah.
Right? I mean, that would make sense.
But yeah, I was still allowed to talk to all the other kids too.
Right, but if they're, if they're still if they're still buddies and they still hang out and talk all the time, you know, like I'm not going to be able to hang out with Trey, right? And his wife or kids not be around because they're always together.
Yeah.
Right. So if Jack and the rest of this group is as tight as you guys were before, and you say you can't hang out with Jack anymore, it's probably going to be pretty hard to hang out with anybody else in the rest of the group, given that everybody's always hanging out together.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense, like that's why, right? And then, so that's why they're, you know, you don't talk to them anymore, rather than it's because you came out and said something on Facebook about your involvement, or like what, you know, what you remember.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm just curious, like, when did you tell Jack that? When did you say, hey, my mom doesn't trust you anymore, I can't hang out with her?
I'd say about a couple months back, 3-4 months ago.
And then with that, so my next question is, why doesn't your mom allow you to hang out with Jack anymore?
Because of all his lies, he keeps on changing his story. His story's changed like 8 times now.
Like,
Saying he found Noah at 4. He didn't find Noah until 5, and then he didn't find Noah until 6. He didn't wake up until 5:53. It just keeps on changing his story.
okay. And I see where you're coming from. But, and I believe what you're saying. Because that was, you know, different, you know, kind of inconsistencies.
Yeah. Inconsistency in his story.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the time we've been sitting here, your story's changed a couple times too.
Yeah, but I've stuck with what I've said to everybody else, though.
Right, but you're remembering things differently than 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, or whatever you remember when we first started.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's
I
not,
understand where you're coming from.
what I'm getting at is, being that there's been some time that has passed, and there might be some things that refresh your memory to where you're like, oh yeah, he was there. Oh, I did go Friday. Oh, you know, it was this, you know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, I'm not, you know, speaking on behalf of anybody else. I'm saying, like, if, you know, you could do whatever you want. You're your own person. You're your own man. I'm not telling you what to do. But to say, I don't trust him, or we don't trust him, or my mom doesn't trust him because his story's changed.
I mean,
Coming from a guy whose story just changed.
yeah. I see where you're coming from.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, understand that there's more, it's kind of like I said at the beginning, there's a lot of inaccuracy, there's a lot of inconsistencies with what a lot of people are saying. And, you know, I mean, what would people say? I'm not going to do this, right? But what would people say if I turned around and said, you know, I talked to Kaden, and in the time I talked to him, you know, his story changed 4 different times.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, that's suspicious and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Yeah.
And I'm not calling you a liar.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there were details that changed while we were sitting there talking.
Mm-hmm.
So take that for what it is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Also, I don't know if I told y'all this yet or not. But
Probably not, because you just be dropping bombs on us, man.
Yeah, but about 2 months after Noah passed, 2 or 3. So let me just say this first. There was golf clubs out there, and we were hitting rocks and crap with them. And Noah's brother, Dalen, I think that's his name, gave him those golf clubs a couple days prior to the party. And after the party happened, they're disappeared. No one knows where they're at. And a couple months after Noah's death, we need beer money, so they have a giant scrap pile behind their house. And we go to clear it out, and I find golf clubs back there. Nothing wrong with them, except for a couple are bent. And some are perfectly fine. And I don't know if they were Dalen's, but they were back there.
What does golf clubs have to do with this story? What do
Well,
golf clubs have
yeah,
to do with this story? I'm missing something
So,
here.
Yeah.
apparently he was hit in the back of the head with a golf club. That's what's been said
By whom?
by people online.
So you're saying Noah's hit the head with a golf club?
That's what people are saying.
Oh. People are saying that, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's
And
true.
you saw golf clubs in Dalen's junk pile?
No, Jack's their house. They own a HVAC or plumbing company, and then all their scrap gets thrown in the back in a giant pile, and they just let it build up, and then they'll haul it off.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever we needed beer money, we went out there, haul some off, and there was golf clubs out there. I don't know if that matters or not, but his golf clubs ended up missing, and the golf clubs appeared out there.
Dalen's golf clubs were missing.
Dalen's gift was to Noah was some golf clubs a couple days prior to the party.
Okay. So when I heard you the first time, I thought you said his gift to the party
No,
was like he's just like, here, y'all have fun with these, you know.
No.
So Dalen gave Noah some golf clubs.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that they were at the party.
Yes. And then after the party, they disappeared, as in, like, no one knew where they went.
Well,
They
okay.
just, like, gone.
Were people looking for them?
It was apparently a suspected murder weapon.
Oh. And that's what people on the internet are saying.
Yeah. They were the apparent murder weapon, and
But they were Noah's golf clubs?
they were Noah's golf clubs, yes. I don't know if the ones out there were Noah's, but I'm just saying that there was golf clubs out there that were bent at the end.
So the golf clubs that were at the party belonged to Noah.
Yeah.
And then you guys were hitting rocks and whatever with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few months later, you see some golf clubs, some that are bent in a junk pile
Mm-hmm.
that belong to the Newton plumbing
Yeah.
or business. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you and Jack went to the scrap pile.
Me, Jack, and JJ Bumpus went out there to haul off some scraps.
Did y'all have golf clubs?
No, we didn't take the golf clubs. I said, hey, look at these golf clubs, man. And he's like, hey, throw them back in there. I was like, all right, whatever. Because I was going to, if they wanted to scrap them, I was going to take them home with me. So, might still be out there, might not.
Anything else that needs to be talked about? Any other videos? Any other recordings? Any other things?
Not that I remember.
Okay. So now we're getting way over here. In left field, right? We'll just call it left field. What do you think happened after you went to bed?
What I think happened was Jack and Noah got in an argument.
So let me pause you real fast. I meant to. Is this just what you believe because you believe it, or you think that like you drew this up, or you know things that make you believe what you're about to say?
Yeah, that I know things that make me believe what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So, what I believe happened was Jack and Noah got in an argument, and they started getting physical with each other.
Okay. So let me stop right there. Why do you know that to be true?
I don't know that part to be true, but I'm just saying that it adds up to what I think is true.
Okay.
Or what I know is true, because with so Jasmine apparently gave Noah a shower, right? That's what she said at the Sunday morning or Monday morning.
Okay.
So in the picture of Jasmine, you can see her with a wet shirt on, saying Noah is missing. So that would add up to saying she just showered him before that.
Okay.
And so I think that Noah and Jack got in an argument, right? And they started getting physical, and Noah was whooping Jack's ass, and Carter or somebody came up behind him and hit him upside the head with a golf club. And they needed to clean him off, so they took him inside to shower him. And she took a picture, maybe for an alibi or something. I don't know. But then they hauled him off and dumped him.
Okay. So, and that's what you think happened?
That's what I believe happened.
Okay. So you believe that to be true, right?
Yes, sir. I believe that there is foul play involved with this.
Okay. So, going back, what do you know for certain that makes you believe that? About the fight? About somebody hitting him with a golf club or something? About them giving him a shower? And about him dropping him off or dumping him, like you said? Like, what do you know for a fact? Because I genuinely want to know. Like, what do you know that's true that makes you believe that was the result?
Well, every time Jack and Noah would wrestle, we'd always wrestle at his house. Noah would always whoop Jack's ass, no matter what. So I think they were fighting, and then someone hit him upside the head with a golf club, and found golf clubs in their scrap pile. One's bent, a couple are bent, and they shower him. Her shirt's wet. She takes a picture saying Noah's missing, and then they get rid of him. I don't think they murdered him. I think it was manslaughter, saying they accidentally killed him.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I understand what you're telling me. What I'm having a hard time understanding is the only thing that is true, that is accurate, and that is likely true about what you're telling me is that, who was it that had the wet shirt?
Jasmine
had a wet shirt and said Noah's missing. Because there's a video of that somewhere, right?
There's a picture of her smiling,
like
saying Noah's
that's
missing.
There's a picture of her and her shirt's possibly wet. Right. So let's just say, for speculation's sake, in this moment right now, we'll say that that's true. what else is I'm having a hard time understanding what other parts of it are true, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
I'm having a hard time understanding, like, what makes you believe that they had a fight? Other than they fought or they wrestled sometime.
That,
everybody did. Like, what do you said a minute ago that you know things that are true that makes you believe this. What are those things that make this add up?
This is what I believe to be true. I don't know if it is true.
So this is like your theory in your mind.
Yeah, about them wrestling and then getting hit with a golf club and then me finding golf clubs and then them showering him and then dumping him. And I mean, golf clubs went missing that night. Found golf clubs at scrap pile. They shower him. Her shirt's wet.
Okay.
You know?
Right. I see what you're saying. And I'm not trying to. I'm really just asking for your opinion and everything. And I'm taking that. I'm taking that as your opinion. But and I also know that there's certain things that are true and accurate, and there's certain things that aren't. Right? We both know that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say golf clubs went missing, right, that night, did they go missing?
Yeah, like.
Were people looking for these golf clubs?
No, like people weren't looking for them,
right. But we don't know that they went missing.
But I'm saying that the family doesn't know where they're at. Like the family has never gotten them back, and they're saying that they don't know where they're at either.
Did Noah bring them to the party? Yeah,
Noah brought them in his Bronco to the party.
What night?
What night? Saturday, I'd say. Saturday night.
Was Noah's Bronco there Sunday?
Noah? Huh?
Was Noah's Bronco there Sunday?
I don't think so. Because I don't think it was there Sunday.
So Noah would have had to have went back home in his Bronco.
Yeah,
sometime between Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, but they don't know where the golf clubs are at. So I'm saying that's
what I'm getting at. So they're assuming that these golf clubs should have been in the Bronco.
Yeah, and or at the party house, and they're not, neither one. And from what I also got told, after 3 days after this happens, all 3 of those days, the Millen family are deep cleaning the house, and Kathy, the next couple of days after that happened, she was there watching the house and noticed the Millens were there 3 separate times after that, and her mom. So I don't know why you would need to deep clean a house after a party.
Well, so 2 things on that. Number 1, you were there when they sent back or returned a steam cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
To clean the house.
Yeah.
Assuming that they cleaned the house.
Yeah.
Right? That weekend. The other thing was Monday morning, after you came back from seeing Noah and you came back, you said it was your idea to clean up the beer bottles or clear up the cans and whatever. So you started cleaning the house.
Yeah.
Right? So when you were cleaning the house, did you see anything that looked like it needed to be deep cleaned or cleaned
No,
up?
nothing like that. That's what's confusing to me. There was no stains, nothing like that, no spills.
Right.
Except for like on the countertops, which you don't need to deep clean a house because it's got countertop spillage.
People's definition of deep cleaning might be a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
And if Kathy was watching the house, right? How do we know that it was being deep cleaned?
She said she's seen cleaning supplies come in and out.
So But there was nothing to clean up. There's no crime scene
Yeah.
to clean up, right?
Yeah.
So, but there was a massive 3.5 day party.
Yeah.
With, at some point in time, possibly 40 or more people there at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So, if all I know is for sure, if there's 40 people at my house, 3 days, or 40 and then 30 and then 15.
Yeah, but what is the
I'm
Millens?
probably gonna have to clean that up eventually.
I know, but what does Millen's mom have to?
I don't know who Millen is.
Renee Millen is Jasmine's mother. Jasmine's mother.
Right. Okay.
So let me put this in perspective.
Right. I didn't know who.
If we're all partying at my house and y'all leave, am I expecting you to come back to my house and deep clean it for me?
I don't know.
Like, or your kids at my house.
There was a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, whether it's expected or not, but the Millens were there the next day
Yeah.
and took guns and told you to take the beer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I mean, and this is just from what Kathy told you she saw when she was there 3 days later. She saw people with cleaning supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So. I mean, I understand what you're telling me. I understand what you're saying. I just don't understand, like, I mean, is it odd that somebody's there? Maybe. I don't know. Is it odd that somebody came to clean the house 3 days later? I mean, you want to call that odd? I don't know.
Well, 3 days in a row.
Say that again?
3 days in a row cleaning the house. I didn't mean like 3 days later they came to the house and cleaned. I'm saying.
That's what I thought you said.
Oh no, I meant like they were cleaning the house for 3 days in a row.
So Kathy was there for 3 days in a row, watching
At nighttime, apparently, yeah.
at nighttime.
But from my understanding of her story, yes, and she was there watching them, and 3 days in a row, the Millens came there and cleaned the house.
It was nighttime, and she knows it was the Millens because.
I guess the vehicles that they're driving.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't talked to Kathy like that. You know, I don't know what it. I don't know.
Real quick before I lose it. At 3:20, when you talked to your mom about your cousin, was Jack asleep?
I don't remember seeing.
You don't remember
seeing him,
Jack?
No. I don't remember seeing anyone except for the people that were in there with me.
And you were in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
Jack was not in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if I remember right, the people in the living room were Brylan,
Mikey,
Isaac,
and Isaac.
and you.
Mm-hmm.
And at 3:20, who moved again? Who swapped?
All right, so
Mikey and
couch, recliner.
Right, but who swapped places?
So Mikey and Isaac swapped.
But when you woke up,
Mikey and
next
Brylan.
Okay.
So there was some activity in between the times that I went to sleep the second time and woke up.
Were you asleep when Mikey left the house?
What?
Were you asleep when Mikey left the house?
Left the house? Like whenever we all left, or?
No. Before 3 o'clock in the morning, were you asleep when Mikey left the house?
I'm not understanding what you're saying, sir.
Do you recall Mikey leaving the house prior to 3 o'clock in the morning?
No.
Okay.
you recall anybody leaving at all?
I mean, except for the people that weren't staying the night. I mean, they left.
But like, do you remember where Jasmine was, where Avery was, anything like that?
No.
Because you went to sleep
I think there were still some people.
outside and awake.
Yeah, I could hear talking, but yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
For me? No, sir. And if I do remember anything once I leave, I'll make sure to text you and let you know.
Shoot me a text. And
Nothing else that Kathy's shown you, told you that we're forgetting or
No.
missing?
No.
And your mom and dad saw this video too.
Yeah, and we have it on videotape. We have cameras all surrounded our house.
Hold on. You have Kathy showing up to your residence on videotape.
Yep. Because we have camera in front of our house, camera on the porch, camera on the back, camera on the side, and camera on the side, and cameras throughout the house.
did she come up to the porch?
Yeah. And you can move the cameras on your phone, so we whenever someone comes over to talk to me about
Do you
this
have
Noah
that on your
situation.
phone or just your folks?
No, my folks.
Okay. Can you ask your mom or dad or whoever to pull that time frame up when Kathy was at your house to show you this video, and like maybe like take a screenshot or a photograph of it?
I think we can like save it and I'll send it to you or something.
I believe you, but just at the very least, something that shows like that she was there,
Yeah.
right? This past weekend,
Mhm.
or whatever day it was. That way, when the time comes and we're trying to look for this video, or we're trying to, maybe talk to her, I can, say like, I'm pretty sure you were here at this place, at this time.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I can have like, it's not like she was at the party, right?
Yeah.
It's not like she was there at the scene the next day, so I don't have anything like with her involvement or anything like that. And I've talked to her a couple of times, not very much, but she hadn't mentioned any videos or anything, so any videos like that. But yeah, if you don't mind doing that for me, and figure it out.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Man, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Thanks for getting back with me and stuff. I know originally you called me because Justin Roy told you that you needed to call me, or told your mom that you needed to call me, and I'm like, that's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So, glad you had a good vacation and stuff like that. So, anything else?
Nope.
All right, man. We'll let this poor secretary, she stayed late for us.
Oh, she's still here?
Yeah. We'll let her get home.
Okay.